Saturday quals. At the bottom left, we have Wallbant, who is here all the way from Canada. Took a bit of a drive. I think he drove in with Huff and Meme and some others. Top left, we have Hydrant Dude, the first player to ever roll over, which is getting a 1.6 million plus score. At the top right, we have a up-and-coming player, Critica Lapis. Currently has a PB of 2 million, but kind of started getting relevant in the scene early January, showing up at the Boston Tea Parody event, hosted by none other than Fractal, who was at this convention. At the bottom left, we have Opox, who has a 1.6 million plus PB, and I think drove in from New York. Hello, testing, yeah. We're good. Alright. Kind of early days for everyone. Clean boards all around. You always want to start out your qual strong, so most of these players looking for hopefully a max out plus, maybe even starting out with a 1.2. Of course, the format is number of 1.2 millions. So you see first and second seed right now is Fractal and Cole, each with 5 1.2s. Ooh, Critica in a bit of a situation. Should be able to deal with it fine. Is getting nice burns. Oh, yeah. Can I full screen this? Boom, Tetris for Opox. Most of the players on pretty decent pace right now. You can see Wallbant and Opox both with over 70% Tetris rate. You do, I think if you want a 1.2 into kill screen, you do need about 70% or so. So they're definitely on pace, but still early 18. Hydrant, bit of a messy board, but gonna clean it down. Nice adjustment to take that triple. You can see he waited till the last minute to rotate that L piece. Yeah, so our qualifying is a different rule. We did this last year, but it is number of 1.2 millions. So normally it would be a number of 1 millions, but we decided we want to test more kill screen play. So it is number of 1.2s. So you see most of the games, players will need at least a little bit of kill screen. Alright, both Wallbant and Opox on pace for 600 transitions. See, a bit of a strategy trying to get 600 pre-transition and then 600 post-transition. That way you don't need much kill screen play to get those 1.2 millions, and it's more efficient. See, we have 55 minutes left. Getting to kill screen averages out to be about 9 minutes per game. Maybe 10 if you're on 18, so this player's going to try to be efficient, rack up as many 1.2s as quick as possible. Ooh, Critica with a bit of a rough board situation. Gets the bar to fill in, not a Vitz, but I guess you could call it an uncomfy Vitz. Had an extra Mino hanging there. And Opok's going to transition 6-14, so well on pace for a 1.2, and only his first game. Hydrant or Wallband also 625. Hydrant 558. All of our players have made 19 on their first game. Yeah, so as quals go on, you're going to see some people start to be bumped out from the gold bracket. We do have a silver bracket, which I believe will be taking at least 16 players. Of course, the silver bracket will not be streamed, but it should be available on our side stations if you're here at the expo to watch.
5526.
Wallband 756, make that 784 with that Tetris. Well on pace for this 1.2. Opok 756, Hydrant 682, and Critica 590. So Critica trailing a bit, but definitely has the kill screen potential. Of course, with that 2 million PB, you know he has experience, but sometimes playing in person on kill screen can be a bit tricky, so we'll see how that goes. Still about 6 levels until the level 29. Opok's in a bit of situation. Nice L piece to take that triple. But also Hydrant in a bit of a rough situation, trying to get out. Needs some pieces to run it down. Is getting those pieces, but that left side is tricky. We're gonna need a really fast 5-tap here. Gets it over. Just bringing this down. It is glitching out. He is on level 24. Oh, but that hung L piece, that's going to be it for Hydrant. 757, we'll see if he chooses to call a kicker. Does not choose to call a kicker, so he will not have any submitted scores yet. Or he did call the kicker, so he should get a score in pretty soon. Wallband on the verge of a max out, 986. So is Opok's 963. Both of them just holding out for a bar. Boom, touches for Opok's. Just needs a few more line clears for this max out. Is going for the Tetris though. One more line clear will do it. And max out for Hydrant or for Opok's, but I'm gonna need about 150,000 points for the 1.2, so we'll not be able to get it before kill screen. Though if you watched CTWC, Opok's does have a lot of kill screen potential, getting those rollovers against Scooty to try and push him. 1.1 million. Make that 1.13. Wallband 169, make that 1.1. So Wallband and Opok's both on track to get a 1.2 on their first game, which would be a very good start for both players. Opok's 1.186 could just line this out, and Wallband 1.18. Both players could line it out, but this left side is tricky for Opok's. Needs a 5-tap, and that left side is tricky. Needs something over. Trying to burn this down with the squares, but that S-piece. Oh, and Opok's not going to get there, but Wallband almost at a 1.2. Just needs a few more line clears. One more will do it, and a 1.2 for Wallband. Starting off his qualifier strong. And even for Opok's, that 1.19 will serve as a very strong kicker. So even if he gets 1.2s for the rest of this qual, he'll have a strong kicker, a very solid kicker. And so now all the players starting back again on the level 18 speed. We are 10 minutes in, so 50 minutes remaining for the players, but still plenty of time. This is a very strong regional. We have, I believe, 3 CTWC finalists that are actually competing in the bracket. Three CTWC finalists competing, 1 world champion. And then a lot of players who have made the top 16 of CTWC before. Or beyond top 8 or top 16. We do have one more session of qualifying, so you will see Meme, Tristop, Huff, Sodium, and a few others in the next qual slot. So all players very capable of making it deep into the gold bracket today. Each year, these regionals get tougher and tougher. And you just start to see way more competitive gameplay at the events. I remember my first regional that I went to, I almost made the bracket with a 360,000 point qualifier. And now you need like 800,000 points to have a chance at making the gold bracket here. So definitely, throughout the few years I've been competing, skill level has gone up dramatically. Opox in a bit of a situation. Nothing too sketchy though. We'll be able to burn it down. Yeah. Meme will be qualifying in the next qual slot. So we'll have one more qual slot, and then the big tournament will be beginning around 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Probably a little later. We have had some delays. Gets the perfect wall transfer. Very well done. And this board is squeaky clean again for Kritika. Hydrant Dude, meanwhile, 714 on level 22. Nice double. Just making sure the stack is in a good condition. Is on good pace. That Tetris rate shows 48%, but it is not accurate. It is probably more like 60, at least. Into 24 now, 775. Yeah, you can see on Hydrant's board we are experiencing some NTC difficulties, but it's better to have those in qualifying so then we can fix it and have it look good for the tournament. Nice dirty Tetris for Hydrant Dude. Gonna get a perfect wall transfer. Looking for his first 1.2 of the session.
A score for Cyan Cyber, 565, 560.
Meanwhile, Opox and Wallbent both around the same pace again. Entering level 21 about 670. Into 22 about 700 for both players, but Opox doesn't get a Tetris, so he'll be a little behind pace. Kritika also 740 on level 23, so all the players on pretty decent pace considering the qual format. Hydrant Dude nearing the kill screen, I believe so, at 964, so needs one more Tetris for a max out, but will need 200,000 points beyond that. But Hydrant, definitely a veteran in kill screen play, so has the experience. Gonna need to bring that in here. Just make sure you can get this 1.2. Just lining it out for now. Has plenty of runway. Wallbant in a bit of a situation. Gonna try to bring this down though. Nice pieces, nice burns. We focus back at the top at Hydrant Dude, 1.03 on level 31. Ooh, this stack is getting a bit dicey though. Trying to bring this down. Nice burns, but that left side, it's just really tricky for Hydrant. Needs a bar to get this down. Gonna settle for the J. Needs something on that left-hand side, but that left is tricky. Can't get anything over. Gonna top out 1.04. But still a solid, potentially kicker, but also just a good qual score to make sure he gets into the bracket. That is the first step before you worry about getting a high seed. And Kritika and Opox both closing in on this max out. Boom, touches for Opox, that will be a max out. And boom, touches for Kritika, another max out. But as we've said before, they do need 1.2 millions. But this is going to be a solid score for Kritika. Hasn't gotten anything on the table yet. This will solidify his place into the gold bracket. And both players about to go into kill streak. Opox with a tough board. Kritika in 1.07. Needs some of the left side. Nice 5-tap with that bar. Needs another piece to bring this down. Just taking burns one at a time. But that left-hand side is tricky. Gets a T over. Nice 5-tap with that J piece. Just trying to bring this down. Ooh, this board is tricky. This board is tricky for Opox as well. Needs something on the left-hand side. Can't get the bar over. This wall vamp. And Opox is actually on level 30, but his board is tricky as well. He's going to top out 1.09. So we focus now. Kritika, 1.1, needs 100,000 points for this 1.2. So can line this out. Ooh, but that flat misdrop, it's going to be tough to bring down. Ooh, needs something on the left-hand side. Needs a 5-tap now. Can't get the bar over. And top out 1.11.
4 for Cassie.
Alright, so... No, this is counting A02. No, this is counting 1.2s. This is not counting maxes. So all the players on the screen should be solidified into the gold bracket, all with max out plus kickers. It might be 1.1 plus. I think Hydrant has a max out though. Who's on columns? This is Cole Bucket, the current first seed for this regional. But that will not last long. We have a very strong cast in the next qualifying session. My kicker was 1.199, so it is not higher than mine. Hydrant in a bit of a rough situation, 171,000, but high up on 18. Should be able to bring this down comfortably though. Interestingly, Opox starting with the level 19 speeds. Maybe feels a bit more comfortable on there. You have less time to think, so in theory, that's less time to make mistakes. Hydrant probably not going to be able to get out of this, but I've been proven wrong before, but that S misdrop going to do him in. Just going to quick reset, though. Still have 38 minutes. Yeah, only Wallbant has hit the 1.2 million goal so far, but still plenty of time. And I think all players on the screen right now are capable of hitting that target. I think a lot of times it just comes down to, will the nerves get to you? In person is a lot more pressure than online in the comfort of your own home. Especially with the noise at the convention. If you haven't been to many, it is a very jarring experience at first. Wallbant on a very nice pace right now, 4:29 at 87 lines. We'll see if that's able to hold up nearing the 19 speeds. Critica in a bit of a tough situation right now. Should be able to burn this out, but is set up with a high up left well. Getting pieces around at this height is very tricky, but manages to get the bar over for the Tetris. Trying to clean this up, and nice burns there. Should be all right. I think a bit of the mental dilemma that the players have to face in this qual format is, do you try to pace so you only have to get maybe one Tetris on the kill screen? Or do you just take it easy and try to push deeper, maybe level 35, 36? Yeah. Bit of technical difficulties here, but Opox nearing the level 19 transition. Hydrant Dude, 379 at 83 lines. He is actually starting on level 19 here, so maybe trying to make up for lost time. Meanwhile, Critica, 400k at 100 lines, but very high up, is not going to be able to get out of that dig. Hydrant, 404, 88 lines. Very nice pace for him. And Opox on level 20. I can't quite see his score, but we'll see if he's able to keep this up. Hydrant nearing the transition. On pace for a 600,000 point transition. Opox, 757 on level 21. Nearing that 800,000 point barrier, but has a tricky board. And rough board into level 22. We'll see if he's able to survive. He is down stacking this. Nice burns for Opox. And into level 23. About 770. Hydrant Dude does transition 626. Yeah, so the capture card has disconnected, so
doing all of calibration.
we do have to redo all of calibration. But we will get that back to you quickly. Opox 840 on level... Wait. So Wallband 850 on level 25. Opox 807 level 26. But Opox in a bit of a dig. We'll see if he's able to survive this. Or I'll see if he's able to survive this. And we do have them back. So now we can fully commentate. Okay. Opox 820, Wallbant 927. Both players nearing the kill screen. Trying to get their boards back into shape. Both players will need kill screen play here. But first of all, they have to make it to kill screen. Speaking of kill screen, Opox 902 into level 29. Bang, Tetris for Opox 938. Oh, but can't get those 5 taps over. And Opox going to be done 939. Will not be able to beat his kicker. But Wallbant 1.04 in level 29. Looks like he's just playing it safe. Doesn't want to be too risky. Ooh, that T misdrop for Wallbant. Gonna be tricky to get out of this, but nothing he hasn't dealt with before. Ooh, but this board is getting tricky. Needs something left. Gonna just toss the square over. But I don't know. This is gonna be tricky and can't get anything over. Gonna top out 1.07. And is going to try to submit that for a kicker. You see Judge Zempro running over to get that kicker. Shout out to Zempro, by the way, doing a lot of hard work behind the scenes, making sure this stream is running as smooth as we can get it. Meanwhile, Hydrant Dude 1.1 on level 28. So 2 Tetrises won't be enough to get a 1.2, but it will put him very close, set him up for success going into the kill screen as he looks to score his first 1.2 of the session. And gonna go in 1.19. Needs a few line clears, just gonna line it out here probably. And that will be it for Hydrant, his first 1.2 of the session. So nicely done from Opox. Wait, nicely done from Hydrant, my bad. We do have 30 minutes left. This is your player's 30-minute warning for the qualifiers. Hydrant continuing with the level 19 starts, making up for lost time. with 30 minutes left, could potentially get up to 4 more 1.2s, which I believe with his kicker would put him in 3rd seed right now, but would have to go perfect. And by perfect, I just mean 1.2ing every game from now on. But even just getting 2 or 3 1.2s will put you in a very strong position. So 1.2s are not easy to get, especially over the course of an hour, getting multiple. Ooh, that double flip for Hydrant. Gonna be tough to get out of. Does open up the left wall, takes the safety triple, bringing the stack down. Nicely dealt with from Hydrant. It is the sign of a professional, staying calm and collected when you have those misdrops. Nice 5 and below from Opox. Tucking in that square underneath the J piece. Wallman's incredibly good pace from him. Not going to be able to 700 transition this, but 513 at 100 lines. Still very good pace from him. Definitely on pace to try and get a 1.2 before the kill screen. But you never want to go too aggressive here, because if you have one bad misdrop or a sequence of bad pieces, it can go bad quickly. Meanwhile, Hydrant closing in on transition, 502 at 118 lines. Again, with these level 19 speeds, he will be going quicker than all other players. Ooh, Hydrant in a bit of a situation here, nearing the transition, but the speed will not change. So just needs to focus on getting the stack down. Meanwhile, Wallbant, 652, will transition with this next Tetris. Even if he chooses to burn a line, he'll transition. Going to transition 676. So very good pre-transition from Wallbant. Going to try and keep this up throughout the 19, but already in a dig. Just needs to focus on getting this down, one piece at a time. But those misdrops may be dire for Wallbant. Hydrant 601 on 21. Looking for the back-to-back 1.2. Oh, and Wallbant in a dig. It's going to be tricky for him. Getting the pieces on the left side, though. And nice burns. And beautifully done by Wallbant. Great dig to keep this game alive. Boom, Tetris for Hydrant, 685 on level 22.
New score for Cyan Cyber.
Looking down at the bottom, Opox also on a good start, but Wallbant in a dig and can't get the bar over. So gonna top out 739 on 23. But looking at the bottom, Opox also on a nice pace, 450 before 100 lines. Hydrant Dude at the top, 811 on level 25, nearing the kill screen. But this board is a little tricky. Looking for a long bar, just gonna have to cover the dependency. I think smart decision from Hydrant, just gonna try to burn it out. Get this board back to a comfortable height. Ooh, but these pieces are tricky. Needs something to bring this down. But it's just spiraling. Can Hydrant get out of this? But carefully burning it down. This board is almost in a manageable height. Beautiful burns there. And nicely done by Hydrant. Just trying to get this board in a manageable position before the level 29 speeds. They are impending in 10 lines. So he is at 874. Not going to have a maxed out into kill screen, but definitely has the kill screen potential to close this out. This would be his second 1.2. It would also be a back-to-back 1.2. So we have 23 minutes left, 24 minutes remaining.
73.
Hydrant taking the burns. Tetris into kill screen, 947. Boom, another Tetris for Hydrant. Is set up again. Looking to close in on this 1.2. Oh, but these pieces are tricky. Max out for Hydrant Dude with that Tetris. 1.024. Needs some on the left side though, and can't get the 5-tap. And that's going to be it for Hydrant. But still has room for 3 or 4 more games to kill screen. All right, and after that bit of a rush from Hydrant, we do have Critical Lapis nearing level 29, 794. Does have a current kicker of 1.119, so looking to maybe get a 1.2 or at least improve their kicker, but gonna need a lot of kill screen here. We actually do not have a line cap for qualifying, so could choose to line this out if they choose to. Ooh, building up for a Tetris though is set up, but he's, oh, what a 5-tap with that bar, and boom, Tetris for Critica. Ooh, but that flat piece, gonna need to burn this down. Nice burns though. Insanely well taken care of from Critica, but this board is firing. Can they get this down? Oh, but gonna top out 956, but great game, great effort. All right, nothing too exciting happening, but we do get to see the slow building excitement for these players as they go to the level 19 speeds and beyond. Hydrant Dude on a nice pace, 92% Tetris rate, but it's still early days of level 19. Hydrant 376 at 80 lines. This pace has slowed down a bit, but still very good. Oh, amazing spin tucks from Hydrant there. Beautiful solve for what would seemingly be a very difficult board to solve. But you can see that experience shine when these players, they get the 2 pieces they need, and boom, it's back to looking like a normal board. Hydrant on pace for a 600,000 point transition, which is ideally what you want to be getting for that 1.2. Meanwhile, interestingly, Critica deciding to choose this level 19 speeds. See, they haven't really gotten anything left, so yet, so maybe just trying to get a little change of pace. Sometimes just changing the level start will help to get you in a better mental state. And we'll see what they can do. Does hang the bar, but gets another one over. Hydrant 568 will transition with the next Tetris. Meanwhile, Wallbant 645 on level 21. So good pace for him. Still looking for his second 1.2. Hydrant in a bit of a rough board state, but he's taking care of it nicely. Nothing too bad, but we'll slow his pace down a bit. Speaking of pace, Opox 482 at level 18, 112 lines, so we'll be a little bit short. We'll be a little bit short of the 600,000 transition, but still a solid pace for him. Wallbant 746.
This has more bandwidth running NPC than this does not.
This is what?
I could run a more stable stream from here than on the PC. This is a like M1 series.
All right, Wallbant closing in on this max, only 200,000 points away, but does need 400,000 more points to get to our goal of 1.2 millions. It is 1.2 count instead of max out count for this regional. We'll test the player's kill screen potential a bit more than the standard 1.0 count. So Wallbant about 4 Tetrises away from the max out. Hydrant 716 on 25. Pace has died down a bit. Still could get a max out before kill screen, but would need to play perfect from here. Meanwhile, Opox 640 on level 21. Critical 586 transition. So great pace from Critical. Trying to close out, get a solid score to bump them up a few seeds. Meanwhile, Wallbant will transition in 2 burns. Not going to be able to transition with a max out. Will transition to kill screen 983. Looking to close out another 1.2, but that 5 tap, missing it, is going to be dire. Needs one over. Oh, this would be 9 left. Only has a very little runway. Can't get it over though. So we're going to top out 989. But Critica in a bit of a tough dig and can't get that over. So we're going to top out 597. Meanwhile, Hydrant Dude nearing the level 29 speeds, 863. Can potentially get one more Tetris. And is set up for it. Boom, Tetris for Hydrant into kill screen. But this board state is rough. Gonna need pieces to get this down. Nice square, bringing it down. A beautiful 5 tap there with that bar. And 919 for Hydrant Dude. Needs about 280,000 more points. Oh, but can't get the 5 tap over. Oh, but gets the bar over. Beautiful recovery from Hydrant. We'll see if he's able to bring this down. Oh, but can't get that T over. Gonna need something. Can he do it? Can't get the bar over. And that's gonna be it for Hydrant. 937. We do have 15 minutes left. This is your 15-minute warning. So all the players have enough room for probably 2 more games here for those that are just starting. Opox closing in on this max out, 895 on level 27. Gonna need to go perfect to get the max out before kill screen. See what he can do, but that T-miss drop is gonna be deadly. Can he get this down? Needs to bring it down. Kill screen is imminent, but this board state is rough. Needs to uncover that bar dependency, get it, then get a bar. then bring down the left-hand side. And this burn will take him into kill screen. Oh, but that square misdrop's going to be it. He's just going to give up. That would have been very difficult to get down. All right, you can see Lapis going back to the level 18 starts. Tried level 19 for a little bit, but decided to stick with what you know. Go with level 18. Try and get this down. Try and get hopefully a 1.2. But already having a 1.1 does secure a spot in the bracket. I think that a max out should be good enough, but oh, Hydrant hanging that bar, just decides to give it up. Sometimes you're not in a state where you're going to top out, but you know it's going to take a while to clean up, so you might as well just reset, get a new game going, fresh start. Boom, touches for Wallbant, 290 at 69 lines. You can see that 70% touches rate is on pace for ideally at least a 600,000 transition. Meanwhile, Lapis, 416 at 80 lines. So maybe the best pace I've seen from him all weekend, but don't want to jinx that. They immediately had to burn some, but did bring it down nicely. Just gonna have to commit to some burning here. It's all right though, does have plenty of runway. You can see them shaking their head. You can see when people are playing that body language of, oh, I'm not happy with how this game's going, or not happy that I have to get into a dig, but should be able to get this down nicely and see if he decides to set up dirty. Yeah, some rough pieces for Lapis. Does have a bit set up if the game gives him a bar. Nice spin though. See if he goes for another. Nope, just gonna tuck that S in. Very good solve. It's now 454 at 100 lines. Still a good pace. That L miss drop could be tough. There is a solve, but it is kind of tough to see. Nice. Very beautifully taken care of. Just bring that board down to a normal state. Wallbant, 522 at 113 lines. So continuing this pace from early game, nearing the transition. Oh, Critica, this board state is rough. You can see that diving board. Oh, nice S-spin though, uncovering the board, about to transition to level 19. Oh, what a tuck from Critical. Oh, but that square. This is going to be really tough. Needs a T, hopefully. But, oh, going to go into 19. Really tricky board here. See if he can get it down. It's not impossible, but it's going to be very tough. Can't get that bar over, and that's going to be it. Top out 547, but still a little under 10 minutes left. So players do have 9 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. So most of the players do have potential for another game after this game. Lapis will probably be starting his last game pretty soon here. All right, Wallband 751 on level 21. So looking for his second 1.2 still. Boom, touches for Wallband, 788, nearing 1,000,000 points already. Only needs about 6 Tetrises. Meanwhile, Opox, 537 at 127 lines. Well, it's going to be a good transition for Opox. Maybe not as high as he was hoping for, but really solid still. Meanwhile, Hydrant transitions 595. Still with a level 19 starts. He has been seeming to doing well on them, and it does save time. Could be the difference between getting another game in or not. All right, Wallband closing in on a max. This could be a level 25 max out. Would be very efficient. And boom, Tetris for Wallband will max out into level 26. So definitely has the runway to get this 1.2 before kill screen. Has probably around 8 or so burns. So we'll see if he's able to close it out. But even if he does need kill screen play, it shouldn't be too much. All right. So Wallband does have 4 burns for this 1.2. But looks like he's going to burn away the potential, but still only needs a little bit of kill screen. So setting himself up for success, entering level 29 in 10 lines. We'll see here. Building up for these Tetrises. Boom, Tetris for Wallband. 1.119. This will be a better kicker for Wallband, regardless of if he gets the 1.2, but should be able to close this out. Is within a Tetris. Ooh, but this left-hand side needs something over. It's not too high, but the stack is getting a little dicey. Ooh, nice 5-tap over there for Wallband. 1.174, but that square might be it. Can he get anything over? Oh, can't get anything over, but still. A good kicker for Wallband will move him up a bit in the seeding. Meanwhile, Hydrant Dude, 958 on level 26. Hydrant, one more Tetris away from the max. Will max out with that Tetris, 1.023. And don't believe he has the runway for a 1.2 before kill screen. Might need to play perfect for it. Actually, yeah, will need to play perfect if he wants it before kill screen. But as I was saying with Wallband, this will set him up for success on level 29, regardless. On the other side of things, Opox not faring too well pace-wise, but it is important just surviving. If you never top out, you will eventually get to 1.2. So, but that middle for Opox. Oh, nice burns though. Trying to get this down. Meanwhile, Hydrant Dude 1.19. Needs one more burn and does get a 1.2. So that will kick him up. I believe that's his second 1.2. So that puts him currently in 3rd seed. Opox, 870 into kill screen. Oh, but that J, that might be it for Opox. We'll see if he can get anything over. Oh, just gives it up. So 4 minutes remaining, 4 minutes, 45 seconds to have enough time to start your last games. All right, we are coming near the end of this qual session. Just a reminder, we do have one more qualifying session after this, and you will see some heavy hitters in there. You have the 2nd place from the 2025 World Championships, Meme, have second place from 2021 World Championships, Huff. You have 2024 top 4 finisher, Tristop, and Sodium Overdose. So a bunch of heavy hitters. Definitely going to be seeing some 1.2s in that group. But we are closing in. We're going to see if any of the players on screen can get one more. Lapis, maybe the only player who could potentially get another game in after this, but it's going to come down to the wire. 742 on level 24. Going to basically need to just play really efficient if he wants another game. But I think at this point, not having a 1.2 yet, he would be happy just getting that 1.2, securing a decent seed in the gold bracket. You never want to qual low and then end up facing a really good player round 1. So any point that pushes you up in the qual standings matters. All right, Critica closing in on this max out. 936 on level 26. Board is getting a bit high though. Gonna need to take care of it. Nice safety triple. Boom. Tetris for Lapis. 979. Ooh, but that hang on the left side. Needs a bar to get the stack down soon. Nice double. Holding out for a bar, but and the game gives it to him. Max out for Lapis. Gonna try and get this board down. Needs a 1.112 to improve his kicker. So needs a couple Tetrises here. 1.03 on level 29. Bringing the stack down, nicely taken care of. Is setting up for Tetrises potentially. Just needs to get this stack in a nice position. And is set up, looking for a long bar. Going aggressive here. Nice safety triple. And these tabs. Boom, Tetris for Lapis. 1.08. Nearing in on that kicker. And gets another one, 1.112. So this will be a better kicker at the very least, but is setting up for another Tetris. Going aggressive here, but that right-hand side needs a bar and can't get anything over. It's about 1.112, but is a higher kicker. Has a 1 minute 20 seconds. So does have enough runway to start another game. This is the 1 minute warning. All players have 1 minute left of qualifying. All right, Lapis just taking a little bit of a break. Wants to get in the right headspace for this last game. In terms of his bracket, this could be the make or break game for him. To have a chance at making potentially top 8, maybe even top 4 if he plays well. All right, Hydrant Dude, 628 on level 20. Wallbant, 600 on level 19. All right, there's 10 seconds left, so this will probably be all of our players' last games. And 3, 2, 1, time. So this is last games for all of our players. Oh, speaking of last games, Wallbant in a tough dig here. We'll see if he can get out. Needs something on the left-hand side. Nice pole vault from Wallbant. Trying to get this down. But that left side's going to be tricky. I don't think he can get anything over. Going to top out 623, but still excellent qual from Wallbant. All right, Hydrant Dude, 767 on level 22. Definitely on pace for another 1.2. See Opox nearing transition as well, 508. So pretty solid paces here. Hydrant probably the one with the best shot at getting a 1.2 right now. All right, Hydrant 928 on level 25, nearing a max out. Not going to be able to get a 1.2 into the kill screen, but will get himself very close. It does have runway for at least a 1.1.
It's more strain on the computer.
Oh, okay.
All right, this Tetris will do it for Hydrant. Max out, needs a 1.2 though. As a reminder, we're doing 1.2 count, not 1.0 count. All right. 1.075 for Hydrant, so we'll be able to get very close to that 1.2. And then hopefully just line it out on kill screen. Saw him do that in his last 1.2. All right, Hydrant Dude into kill screen, 1.15. Trying to close out his last 1.2 of the qual. Gonna try to end this qualifier with an exclamation point. 1.164, one Tetris would do it. We'll see if he decides to set up for one or just plays it safe. Nice triple, that's gonna be very big for him. Even triples here worth almost 10,000 points, so we'll cut it down one chunk at a time, but this board is tricky, but cleans it down wonderfully. 1.19. Oh, can he get this down? Just needs a few burns. 1.195, 1.196, 1.198, 1.19, one more, and 1.2 for Hydrant. Excellently done closing it out. So Critica Lapis will be our last player qualifying on the main stage. Is on good pace, 363 at 87 lines. Looking to get his first 1.2 of the qualifier. Would be a very clutch end to this session. See Hydrant Dude mullining it out. No real rush for time since we are waiting on Critica. Hydrant going to top out 1.28, but still an excellent qualifier for Hydrant. Meanwhile, Lapis 481 on 111 lines, so has runway for almost a 600,000 point transition. A bit of a rough situation for Lapis here, nearing the transition. Just going to try to bring this down. We've seen has the kill screen potential, so doesn't need to worry too much about pace here, just staying alive, taking it one level at a time. And will transition 516, so it needs about 700,000 points for this 1.2. All right, 531 for Lapis on level 20. Just trying to keep it clean here. Get Tetrises as smoothly as he can. Boom, Tetris for Lapis. Nice Tetris. 585. See, the last game of this session. Oh, that hang. Gonna need to get something over. It's not too high, though, and gets another bar over. Tetris at 643. So still on a good pace. Not as high as he'd like, but definitely has the runway. Hopefully at least get a max out into kill screen. But this board is a little tricky. Nice solves, though. Nice Z-spin. Very clutch. 679. Level 23. And nice line spin. What a solve from Lapis. Yeah, just going to take this delayed burn. Wisely done. Might try and set up a Tetris here. And will. Could he get the perfect transfer? Perfect transfer for Lapis. 743 on level 24. So it still has plenty of room to get this max out before kill screen. If he goes really efficient, it could be close to a 1.1. And again, his kicker is only about 1.112. So definitely could potentially also raise his kicker here. All right, 9-12 for Lapis here, nearing a max out. .948 on level 28. Could potentially get an A50, but gonna burn that potential away. Still can get a max out though. And max out for Lapis. Gonna need about 200,000 more points though. Definitely has the potential. Just trying to bring the stack down, then probably set up for Tetris. He's been pretty aggressive so far in his kill screen play. Definitely confident, which you like to see, especially for a relatively new player for in-person events. Oh, but this stack is tricky. Needs something for that left. Nice 5-tap. Oh, misses the tuck, but it's gonna be all right. This left-hand side is pretty good. Is almost set up for a Tetris. Oh, but this stack is This track is tricky. Trying to bring it down. Nice long bar. 1.056. Oh, can't get the 5-tap over, but still a great qualifier for Lapis. Good job, all the players on the main stage. As we will set up for our last qualifier session.
on mine, so congrats. Everybody's here on dirty laundry now.
How do I get ready to qualify?
Sit in any of these.
And then I sit down. What about the name? Like,
Scout will handle that.
Scout? Okay.
He's not here right now. He will handle that.
Okay.
Sit down anywhere and just warm up.
And you'll say when to start?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Are your dogs going to be in the street? Let's do it. I was just going to ask if they did commentating, so.
My top game had 65 balls.
Oh, that's this one. Yeah. Which should be on this side because it's so
We're just here.
Testing, testing.
I knew
I
that.
got comms covered, so everything I do keeps sports. Okay.
Is it these four?
All right. Here we are. Getting ready for our third qualification slot of the day. Covering this on comms is myself, Kairos Final Cut, and with me I have relay finalist of CTWC first 2026 season event, Dan Sushi.
Hello, hello, hello. We will be starting very, very shortly.
And that brings us to, and we are representing Stu York City, New York City's Tetris meetup crowd. Yeah! Always happy to see the representation, hear the representation in the house.
And speaking of Tristop, as far as I'm aware, still based in New York City, representing us now here in the third qual. In addition, we have Huff, Meme, and let's see, is Armstrong and Chris Brady doing it? We have a couple people on the list which we don't know if they're at the side stations here.
Is that a 1.5? Was that in this qualifying round, or was that just Tristop having fun?
That's a very good question.
Was this 1.5 official, or is Tristop just having fun?
Use PA. Shackle. Use PA. Talk, microphone.
If there's a Nick Dunham here, could you please find me at the qual station? I need him. I want to make sure that you can actually qualify. Thanks.
Ichiran Ramen, yes, I'm a big fan of their 32nd Street location.
I feel like I must have, but I can't actually remember a specific moment I was there. I've been there a decade, though, so it's all blur.
Ichiran Ramen is distinctive, for those of you who do not know, they have individual booths, pretty much. You can show up, you place your order at the front, they tell you what number booth to sit at, you go there, they open it up, they give you your ramen. You don't have to talk to anybody. It's an introvert's dream.
I have not been to that one. Now that you mention it, I've definitely seen it being spoken about online, but have yet to actually go in person.
You can find, you can sit next to somebody and kind of talk to them if you want, but that's really not the point. The point is you're there for the food. All right.
When you hit start on the clock, it'll count down 10 seconds. Then you do the countdown with that.
Okay.
All right. Are we ready to start this going off?
Do we need some other people?
Are we looking for Nick?
We gotta keep things moving at this point.
Okay.
We are 30 minutes behind schedule.
Oh, then we got to run this going. All right, everyone who is in the current qualifying slot for CTWC, your time begins in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. And here we are. On screen, we have some serious heavy hitters.
That's true. We
Our-
have coming in from Minnesota is Meme. Huff coming in from Michigan. And we have Tristop from New York. And Sodium is coming in from Virginia. So all sorts of states being represented here. No Canadians like we had last qualifier. But we should see some really, really amazing scores this round. These are insane heavy hitters. All right, we already have a bit of a tenuous board by Meme. Needs that long bar and can't make it over. Wow. Luckily, this is just quals and can restart right away.
Meme and Tristop, both with PBs in the neighborhood of 13 million.
Luckily, we don't need to go anywhere near there for these quals.
Yeah,
Although
we'd never make it in time.
it is higher than the average CTWC qual. We are doing 1.2s here, which has been, I guess, a staple of the Philly scene for at least a couple years. I'm not sure how long.
So the 1.2, I was explained this yesterday. It was given to counteract the fact that in a 1 hour qualifying slot, there can just be simply too much variance in the number of max outs. And given the caliber of scores at this point in time, 1.2 consistency is really a reasonable benchmark. When you have a 2 hour qualifier, I believe the standard is still a max out at this point.
Correct. And we have a lot of people playing here in Philly. We definitely don't have the time to do 2 hour quals. We have at least 42 people on the sign up list. That may not be everyone who's actually qualifying. Let's see what we're at right now, actually, in terms of people qualifying. We have
Sodium with a very solid 80% Tetris rate.
This is not updating properly. We should be seeing people. I guess not. Well, oh no, they haven't put any scores up yet. That's right. So I think we should have about 30 in the maybe mid to high 30s people qualifying for this Philly Regional.
Meme transition with around 278,000 points.
No, starting on 19.
Oh, that is a 19. That is a 19 start. That explains a number of things. So while 18 is the typical start level, starting at 19 does give you the opportunity to score more points.
And play faster in more games.
That's true, both of which are going to be clutch when you are only given 1 hour to qualify. So yeah, that's a 19 start. Tristop building a left side well at this point. Trying to open that up, getting pretty darn dirty, but hey, just what Tristop can do with things like a 13 million PB. And Tetris for Tristop. So, on the extremely off chance you have tuned into the qualifying rounds, but you are not extremely familiar with Classic Tetris, if you are only a casual Tetris player and you're like, I wonder how this actually works. Well, the key to scoring large numbers of points in Tetris is clearing as many lines as you can through a Tetris. That is a 4 lines clear, for which you need a long bar, and you need 4 lines almost full. The way this is generally accomplished is by building a well, most commonly on the right side, as you can see Tristop doing. Currently just waiting for that long bar. Unfortunately, had to close it. Sodium scores a Tetris. And the more lines you score through the Tetris, that is the 4 lines at once, the greater efficiency you can score with the number of lines available to you. In the case of qualifying, 1.2 million is the score you want to achieve. The number of 1.2 million scores you bank in an hour is the first determinant of your qualifying seed, and your best non-1.2 million score thereafter is your kicker, used for tie breaks. We're seeing so much high-efficiency Tetris that our parser can barely keep up, giving you the HD wonderful vision.
We'll keep an eye out for Zempro to see if we need to come back, but it seems to have come back on its own. So everyone, cross your fingers, rotate your pieces, and hopefully that will not return.
Meme getting very high
very
up, but
dirty
the
Tetris
dirtiest of Tetrises that you're going to find. If you type exclamation point quals in the chat, you'll be able to get a link to the list of qualifying scores. To see what these players are in fact shooting for at the moment. To take over the number 1 spot, a player would need 5 1.2s and a very strong kicker of over 1.19 million to take that spot from Cole. It's certainly within the capability of some of the players that are playing right now to put up scores like that. Is it going to happen? We'll find out real soon.
Got some comments in chat about Sodium's score. There's definitely some Nessus Champs issues going on there. It's coming back and forth, so you'll...
The wrong scoring mode is being used.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's times 10.
Okay, so his score should be times 10. So really 960,000. Thank you to Zempro for informing us about that situation there. Castavar, to answer your question, on our official list, we have 42 people signed up. That doesn't necessarily mean that everyone has sat down and qualified. People sign up and then don't show up. But of people showing up, it's probably about 36, 7, 8 people. So we will have, I've been informed we have 16 for gold and then 16 for silver. If we have more than 16 players trying to get into silver, we might have like a very quick early like mini match between the lowest seeds, and then we'll lock it in with a 16 person bracket for silver.
Sodium, some very, very solid, consistent, flat play. Setting up Tetrises, clearing the board, knocking it down. That's generally what you want to do. Now, if you have the capability of a player like Tristop to play so high up, go so deep, you can build up for 3 or 4 Tetrises. Nice spin, tuck that in, burn as few lines as possible, and boom, Tetris for Tristop. Tristop has scored his first 1.2. No banked kicker score yet.
Oh, we got a bit set up, and Tristop pulls it off.
Pulls the Vits. Vits for the Vits. You got to donate. I'm doing it.
Oh, no, and goes for the nose scratch and doesn't get the long bar all the way over. Can Tristop recover from this? Yes, of course he can, because it's Tristop. And nice, clean, no
And
Swiss cheese anymore, and
Tetris ready again.
you might think again about scratching the nose until that Tetris has fully gotten to the bottom of the board. All right, Huff is nearing the possibility of getting 1.2 with a very clear board. Just needs to get some. There we are. Okay, there's a nice solid Tetris there from Huff.
Meme currently playing.
Another good, clean, perfect setup. If only the long bar comes, and it does. Climbing up the ranks.
Meme has achieved 1 million point max out. Not quite good enough for the 1-2. Huff is, but very within
Very close.
striking
Getting
distance.
some great pieces, Huff is. Wow. There we
Meme
are.
makes the second
and just needs
transition.
one more Tetris to get into the 1.2, or a couple of lines if he wants to go safely. Let's see how Huff chooses to play this out. Looks like lining it out for now.
Tetris for Meme.
Smart move on Huff to line this out. Just got a couple more lines here, and
It's so close. We can taste it.
and there's the first 1.2 for Huff.
And that is the first 1.2 for Huff, banking one down, however many to go.
All
And
right,
that's
Meme.
another one for
Meme. All right.
Is there a term for the 1.2? Do we call that a long max out?
There was discussion yesterday about the different terms for the max wit, which is the like a Philly wit cheese. The max wit.
Got it. Okay.
The 0.2.
Max
what I
with
heard.
0.2. Got it. Okay.
But I don't think anything's been codified yet. We have someone in chat talking about a Supermax. It's easy to say.
I like the idea of a Philly Max, Philadelphia Max, Philly Max.
Call it a Philly Max. I think no matter what we say, people will get the gist.
Well, whatever you want to call it, congratulations to both Beam and Huff on their first.
You know what I want?
What
I
do you
want
want?
a Simulmax.
Simulmax.
A Simul Supermax.
I mean, that was what we saw was
It was
very
pretty close, but if we could get like, within seconds of each other, that would be something a lot of fun just to watch.
The Philly style max out.
The Harry Hong. Okay.
The Harry Hong, the Larry Long, whatever you want to call it. Tristop having transitioned to 19 with a very clean, nice, consistent sloping play field, following in the wisdom of those Tetris greats that came before us. Max out plus, we like that too.
Can Tristop get this tuck? No. Tuck avoided.
But very, very efficient cleanup.
Yeah, everyone's got pretty clean boards right now. If you ignore the glitching, then it's very clean.
Max out premium. You can get this with a microtransaction or a monthly subscription. Max out gold.
Max out DLC.
Sodium closing in on the traditional max out. There's just when you have multiple games going at either 19 or kill screen speed, you want to say things, but there's just too much to say. And that's a traditional max for Sodium.
Looks like we've gotten the 7-digit score fixed there. Hopefully it'll stay that way for Sodium.
Yeah, Sodium score is no longer times 10. Tristop closing in on the traditional max classic, if you will.
We have
42 minutes.
42 minutes left in the qual.
1-1 for Sodium.
Sodium's very close. Just needs a couple of Tetrises here.
Take a look at those long bars all the way up on the left. That's a Tristop signature
and a drought
move.
is forming for Sodium. And quickly, wow.
1.187.
Right as he goes into level 29, needed that line bar when he got it. And is so close, just needs one more line or two. And super maxed out for Sodium.
Sodium has been convicted, guilty, sent to Supermax. We'll try it. Tristop.
2 max, 2 furious.
2 max, 2 furious. Max out Philadelphia Drift. And in the lower right, 4,000 more points.
Meme has a tendency gets a
Tristop.
dirty triple. Oh no, that might be impossible to recover from for Meme. Yeah. All right.
And that is another 1-2. Another long max out gold for Tristop.
All right, I've noticed we've been stuck at a Maturino of 339 for a while. If anyone, out of the goodness of their heart, wants to help donate to these players, this money will go to help these players attend, well, not all of these players, but some of them attend CTWC in Pasadena next year.
I believe the top 3 players get paid out by default, and then if we bank enough in the Maturino, their prize pool expands, and Are we expanding it to a greater number of players at a trigger point, or are we just making it very worth the while of the top 3 players?
That's a good question. That is beyond my pay grade. I am just a lowly commentator,
Well,
not an accountant for the CTWC Philly Regional.
Well, whoever gets it, they deserve it because they are working very, very hard. Tristop working through a 22-piece drought and slams down a Tetris like it ain't no thing.
Let's do a refresh of this.
Let's see how we're doing overall. Off screen, we have RSX and Chris Brady.
All right, so it looks like we have a total of 33 people qualifying, unless someone else hasn't reported a score yet. Scout is currently in 16th seed in gold. So we'll see if anyone pushes him out.
Tristop second is recorded.
Sorry?
Tristop second is recorded, yeah.
All right, well, we have Huff with a big cleanup here. Wow, there we go, nice and fast.
That's the thing on level 19. You can get out of trouble just about as fast as you can get into it.
Very true.
Currently, yes, as Stack Attacker points out, if you're looking at the quals lead, the current drama is Scout is on the bubble right now with a booked score of 851,000, currently edging into the top 16. There are currently only 5 players that don't have a banked 1.2 in the gold bracket. They are vulnerable. But of the current qualifiers in this block, 4 of them are already above. So it is RSX and Chris Brady fighting to try and force their way into for the gold. Sodium with a little bit of a difficult situation there.
Yeah, that is not going to be. Oh, throws the line bar to the left, not to the right.
It's a strong sacrifice for board health.
Oh wow, that was so close there.
And the dirty Tetris playing 3 off the bottom.
All right, let's see how quickly this can be cleaned up. Sodium is quite capable. Just needs the pieces and getting pretty solid pieces right now. It looks like
even
we
for
got
players,
a drought though. Okay,
even for players with rolling, that was some very clutch survival moves.
Very true.
Huff, having opted for a 19 start, is approaching what would have been transition otherwise. On a very healthy pace, looking to transition at about 500K.
We have a pretty good audience formed around us, and it's just only qualifiers here. I would say we have a lot of people just playing on the CRTs around us, just practicing. And then we also have about maybe 30 people watching in the seats here. I will say, coming from CTWC in Pasadena, this convention center is way bigger and there's a lot more people walking around than even Pasadena. So we're getting a lot of new faces showing up and little kids trying their hand at Tetris for the first time on a CRT. I'd love to see it.
Meme is coming up on the traditional max, 832 at level 24. Laying those long bars flat when the well is closed.
Huff is in a struggle right now. Cannot come out of that. Those shiny pieces are hard to clear.
Oh, definitely. I think he can clear those twice.
Yeah. Sodium having a rough board here. Every time he tries to clear it out, problems reoccur.
And regular max for Meme remains a very impressive achievement.
Sodium early top out. Well, for Sodium, early top out, unfortunately.
Meme at 1-1.
Might be hard to get that
Incredible
1.2 before kill
discipline.
screen. I would maybe say right at the end of kill screen. We'll see. It might need a little bit more after kill screen here, but
not very much.
not too much. So
1-1-4.
probably fine. Although it doesn't need to. Could just line it out and be safe. You don't want to risk it. You don't want to risk it when you're at this high. When the quals are working this way. So if it only takes a couple extra seconds to guarantee you got it, why not line it out? And that's what she's doing. Oh, wow, that is not where you want that to be put. And is it get outable? No.
But a 1-1-6-7-3-4-0 is probably a pretty solid kicker.
Well, let's take a look at what we got right now. That is 1.167.
Meme has not yet banked a kicker.
So that would be just underneath wall band. So that does bring Meme up about 5 or 6 spots. Better than nothing.
And those kickers may, in fact, come into play. Well, they will come into play. Looking at the number of players who only have one banked Philly max.
That is very true.
And seeds are going to matter a great deal because, there are buzzsaws in this tournament that will cut right through you. And your seed could make the difference between an incredible run and one that gets cut short.
It's very true.
And that looks like another 1-2 for Tristop banked just now.
Oh, I totally missed that. All right, congrats to Tristop.
One more Philly max. Give it another minute.
There we are.
That puts the Tristop tying Hydrant Dudes 3 Philly maxes. Still has not found a kicker-worthy score. And if you're hearing some extra insanity in the background, there are other tournaments happening here at TooManyGames in the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center. There's a very passionate Smash Brothers tournament just across the way. But hey, you will not find more passion anywhere than in the classic Tetris scene. You might find more volume other places, but more passion, absolutely not. Monthly Tetris offers that Philly Mac sounds like the best macaroni and cheese ever. I'll take that. It's 1.2 is an extra creamy max out. Maybe not. Actually, can we forget I said that? Cousin Avi, thank you for putting up the Matcherino, which is a great place to go to show your support.
Oh, Doc Pie, I agree. That Portland mac and cheese was some of the best mac and cheese I've had. I believe I got a pulled pork mac and cheese a couple of years
Sodium
back.
very high and in a drought. And just in the nick of time, slams down a Tetris. Back to back, clearing it out.
Meme really needs that long bar to clean this out. Not a dirty Tetris, but a dirty triple from Meme. Tristop cleaning up his board, making it a lot more accommodatable.
Latest contributions to the Matcherino. You can join the ranks of folks like Fractal 7-3 roommates.
Did go up. He went up by $15.
Fractal 7-3 roommate who says go Fractal, and Avi Schreier who donated $10 says go Huff. Leave your comments, cheer on your favorite players. You might just get a shout out right here at TooManyGames in the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center, the first in the 2026 Classic Tetris World Championship season.
Very clean but high up board from Tristop there. Slamming down a Tetris.
Huff has banked a traditional max, going for that Philly style.
Very good flat line piece burns from Tristop to clean this up. Worked out for him very well. Other than Meme, we got pretty clean boards. Meme just has one off the bottom. Everyone, is doing pretty well. Meme, we know Meme can get out of stuff like this. And there it is.
1.14 for Huff.
All right, let's take a look at Huff.
Is Huff going to do it pre-second transition? No, it's not quite. Oh, it's going to open it up. Oh,
Nice.
and
All right.
1.187.
One more Tetris will do it, or a couple of lines. And a perfect clear from Huff. You'd love to see that, but don't let it mess up everything else. No.
And that's a 1-2
there
for Huff.
There we go. GG's Huff on the 1.2.
The second Philly max out for Huff.
That gave me a little nerves before that at the very end there.
A little nervous, but it's Huff.
Huff
That's
got
not
so
gonna
surprised by the perfect clear, he got had a misdrop.
Are we streaming through 5G? That can't be right. Can it be right? Okay, well, we'll take that tech conversation offline. Hopefully the stream will not go offline. 26 minutes remaining in this qualifying session. And Doc Pie in the chat does raise an excellent point. If you would like to contribute, that is a 1.1 for Meme, just shy of the next and just shy of their banked kicker score.
Yeah,
Doc Pie points out that there are still 15 codes left, where all you have to do is go to the Matcherino site and click redeem coupon, and you can increase It's a coupon code. You just click redeem coupon, 50 cents gets added to the Matcherino.
Where's that money coming from?
Matcherino themselves. It's just getting people to come to the site.
Wow, that's great news.
So there are just a few more codes left. Let's see if we can get them all done by the end of the qual. Great goal. Let's see if we can do it. I can't promise you anything in particular, but I can promise you a great game. And it looks like a couple of those codes have just been redeemed. Monthly Tetris, thank you very much. Naraya, Pohanjat, Tolstoy, Nimaj, King's Demon. Thank you very much. Sebastian.
Oh.
Yeah, let's go. Oh, 25 cents. 25 cents per code. Just a few left. I misspoke earlier, but okay. Well, you know what? If we actually redeem all 17 of these codes before the end of the quals, I will double it to make it actually 50 cents per code in total, so as not to make a liar out of myself. How about that? How about that?
That's very nice. Very kind of you, Kairos. All right, well, we got relatively clean boards from everyone here. Huff now making his a lot more sloping and accommodating. And it's just Tetrises upon Tetrises here. Not a lot of burning happening.
I hear tell that I mispronounced a name in an entertaining way. I am very open to correction if you want to drop a correction to me in the chat. I do apologize.
I could be wrong, but I'm getting from that comment that they actually like hearing it mispronounced. We should try to say it as wrong as we possibly can.
I mean, you know, if that's the case, I'm not sorry at all.
Yeah, I was right. There we go.
Sodium coming up on the traditional max, surviving a 29-piece drought in order to do it. And it looks like that drought counter is not actually functioning, because I've seen a couple long bars.
Oh, it's stuck at 31.
Yeah, we might. Well, it looks like it's clear now, but if that keeps happening, we'll have to flag in tech support.
I'll do that.
Traditional max for Sodium. Is Sodium going to bank their second Philly max? We'll find out in just a moment. That's a 1-1. Oh. Sodium, however, has improved their kicker from 1.05 to 1.11. Monthly Tetris. The commentators right now are myself, Kairos Final Cut, and CTWC Relay finalist Dan Sushi.
Yeah, so I was the photographer for this year's CTWC in Pasadena along with Scout. I've done it once before and have also been in the community helping out with Stu York City, the New York City-based Tetris meetup group, of which we have a Discord server. If you would like to join, just message me, Dan Sushi, on Discord. I have done very little commentary for CTM or CTWC, but I have been involved with commentary for other Tetris events that used to happen in the New York City area.
Dan Sushi and I commentated some of the tournaments at, if any of you were at the Space Xeno Zero in Chinatown, you might have heard us there. And you might have also heard me at the Hartford Regionals last year. It is so wonderful to be with this community in person.
We have 20 minutes left in qualifying, so 2/3 of the way through.
20 minutes remain. 20 minutes remaining in this qual session. I would love to see the Philly max out on a menu here. I mean, there are certain conventions that do this. If anybody was at Magic Con in Las Vegas last week, there were various menu items named after planeswalkers and iconic Magic cards. I think Bowls of Paradise was a category of items you could order there.
I'm a big cocktail person, and I feel like we need to come up with some Tetris-themed cocktail names.
Oh, that's a good one. Drop your favorite Tetris-themed cocktail names in the chat, and we'll try and come up with recipes for you.
Yes. We'll make that happen.
I mean, the Dirty Tetris is probably a martini variant, heavy on the olives.
That's very true. Yes. Oh, Tristop is burning it down, but has a very, I would call it a castle-like board with all these pokey bits coming out of the top, but cleaning it up pretty quickly, as long as he gets the right kind of pieces. And we're back to a clean board. Crenellated, that's a good word. That is exactly what I was thinking.
Huff coming up on the classic max. Untimely long bar. Got it. Ooh. Untimely long bar. All right. I feel like that might be a gin-based one.
I was gonna say. The long bar, Long Island bar. Okay.
I like it. Huff clearing very effectively, 1.08. Coming in on a third 1-2.
All right. Let's see if Huff is going to line. I mean, definitely, you could probably line this out here. I mean, definitely. Yeah, I got a couple doubles and triples here. And there's a nice Tetris for Huff. Needs 2 more Tetrises and maybe a little bit. Okay. The little bit is done. Needs 2 more Tetrises.
The eyepiece icebreaker is very strong and purple. Served over
maybe that has the pea
ice.
flower in it.
The butterfly pea?
Butterfly pea flower.
Yeah, I like that. And that's a 1.2 Supermax for Huff. Meme is not far behind. And that's a 1-2 for Meme. Another Supermax for Meme. For a total of 3 and 2 Supermaxes, respectively.
Scout is still the bubble right now.
RXS is trying.
Very close.
So
we
is
have
Chris Brady.
RSX at 820,000. Scout at 851,000. I have not seen or met RXS. I feel like it's a boy band from the 90s.
It certainly could be.
NXS, RXS.
We'll meet them before too terrible long. All right. Have we redeemed all of the Matcherino codes?
Tristop, 1.2 from Tristop.
Outstanding. 1 more Super Max. Are all the Matcherino codes gone? If we do, then I owe, what's 17 times 25 cents? Strawberry down stackery. That's very good, monthly.
Ooh. how do we change that? How do we take a strawberry daiquiri and change it to be a down daiquiri? What does that mean?
I mean, maybe it's just take out the rum and there you go. It's
just
that way
a
the
non-alcoholic one for all the kiddos.
The majority of the competitors could actually order that one.
There we go. Okay. A Supermax, to answer your question, shown out 373, is a 1.2. We do that here in Philly because we're just a little bit special. And also because we have a 1 hour qualifier, and it has been determined to be a little better guide of people's capabilities to do a 1.2 when you only have a 1 hour qualifier. Sodium is sprinkling a little extra salt on his board, making it extra shiny for level 25 colors. Meme is in a slightly, not so dangerous situation anymore. Gets out of it. But, oh wow, look at these tucks. It's just Tuck City over there for Meme. And a dirty Tetris off by 2.
Tuck City.
Ground.
Tuck City, kids.
I'm not going to touch that.
I've said enough. All right. Let's see that Matcherino. How are we doing? I believe are we almost gotten all of those coupons in? Might be 1 or 2 left. I have already doubled the contribution so that they will have been 50 cents each.
Will you do it into the future as well?
I did all 17 of the ones that were left when we started,
right.
So
that's good. A nice dirty Tetris.
It says
for
they're all
Sodium,
gone.
Getting close to the 1.2. Very clean board, very capable of making this happen today.
Meme getting a little dirty up there too, with playing 2 lines off.
Maybe chat can help answer this. Have we determined, on average, how long it takes for a 1.2 game? Is that like 11 minutes, 10 minutes? Because we are at the 12-minute mark here, so I'm wondering if Sodium is going to be able to get potentially 2 more 1.2s or just 1 more 1.2. Wow, that is a tongue twister if I've ever heard one.
2 more 1.2s or 1 more 1.2s? 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1?
This is not Dr. Seuss.
I was actually thinking Clue.
Oh, okay.
1.158. Sodium about to ring in another.
Let's get the.
Let's get it ready.
Get the belt. And here we are. Let's see. And 20,000 to go. $14, 11, 9, 8, 6, 5, 3. And there we go. For Sodium, another Super Maxo.
Always love it when people catch my references, Commodore Friday. Sodium banks a second 1-2. Tristop has banked 4 so far. Welcome in all you absolutely wonderful people to the 3rd and final qualifying session for the 2026 inaugural CTWC Regional event.
Meme, unfortunately, I'm a little late on the commentary here. We had an unfortunate early top out at around 500,000, but we do have the chance to get 1 more potential super max out for Meme, which would bring her to 3 super max outs.
And as you can see, Mima started on 19, as we've mentioned, a technique for getting there a little bit faster.
Actually, I guess that's the question. How many minutes would it take to get to a Supermax on 19 versus 18?
Well, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop?
Are we just going to keep making 80s and 90s references for the rest of this entire
I can't promise
session?
that won't happen.
All right, now I'm just going to be racking my brain of what I can reference that actually applies to what I'm seeing being played out right now. Ooh, Meme getting a square burst a little bit there. All right, making it less of a problem, but oh, well, I spoke too soon. Now it's a little bit Swiss cheesed over there.
Just a little bit. Everything will be fine. I suppose they do still make Tootsie Roll Pops, though, but I don't know the last time that commercial aired.
Who nowadays is excited about a Tootsie Roll other than a 3-year-old, maybe?
So I could be mistaken. I think either Mythbusters or somebody actually did the experiment trying to calculate how many licks, but, you know, someone can look that up. Huff closing in on a traditional max.
You know, did we yell out a 10-minute warning? We should yell out a 9-minute warning.
9 minutes. 9 minutes in this qualifying slot.
I was always, as a kid, partial to the bubblegum version of the Tootsie Pop versus the actual Tootsie.
Thank you, Commodore Friday, for the excellent research on that.
Oh, Meme needs some pieces to make sure this doesn't go out of hand and gets them, but it is not a Tetris for Meme. Huff almost at a max out, a regular max out, OG max out.
Mm-hmm. Max out classic, if you will.
Okay, now I'm thinking about New Coke and Original Coke. Another 80s, 90s reference.
Look, you know, you put people
so
from
it's
a
a new
certain
max
generation.
out versus original max.
Yeah, max out classic.
Max out classic. All
Huff
right,
at
Meme
the
gets
1-1.
the perfect piece to do a split double and another. There we are, and leading into that Tetris for Meme. Huff only 75,000 points away from a super max out.
Tristop having reached max out classic as well.
Tristop really is gonna need some cleanup because the board, the whole game is gonna get a lot faster in about 5 lines. So hopefully can do the cleanup before that happens. Huff is lining this out.
Yeah,
probably going to be fine.
Why not play it safe when you have the option?
No, going for the Tetris.
I mean, the pieces came.
Let's see.
Is it coming?
We have 40,000 to go, and a rough one. But that does leave Huff time to start a new game.
And that's a new kicker. Huff has not yet banked a kicker-worthy score.
That's true. So that will bring
1.16.
Huff up above Hydrant to it, at least for the moment, into number 4 seed. And
even the kickers matter.
And Tristop now, like a Tetris away, less than a Tetris away from a Supermax out. Let's see. And
that's
there
a
it is.
Supermax for Tristop.
So Tristop is now at 5.
Tying the 5.
Tying the 5.
Supermax.
Will still be in the same seating, fortunately for him, because of the kicker. But at least you can feel good about it and can potentially get another one now. 6 minutes. There's only one more chance unless sort of bails on a game and then decides to restart in the next 6 minutes. But we'll see.
Meme at 790,000. Level 22.
Very good pace from Meme here.
Definitely Philly Max pace.
Oh, nice clean flat burn from meme there, but needs a thing to tuck, gets it, and a Tetris. Ooh, I want to see how Meme's going to handle this right side here. Oh, love it. That's exactly what I wanted from Meme right there. That is a perfect tuck and line spin for ultimate satisfaction.
Sodium, having transitioned, is also on a truly excellent pace.
Who is?
Sodium is at 776 on level 22.
Yeah, that was pretty close to me, maybe a little bit ahead of Meme's pace. And Sodium's at 1 max out, so hopefully, let's refresh this, make sure that's accurate. No, he's at 2. Okay, so this will be his 3rd max out. Thank you to Google Drive and Google Docs for not updating frequently enough to make me a liar.
Meme is verging on max out classic and hits max out
420
classic.
left. We'll do it now.
Yeah. There are 4 minutes remaining in this qualifying session. Meme fighting to reopen the well at 1-1.
Fractal's 7th roommate is correct. That Scout is still in the bracket. Scout, how do you feel about this?
I'm watching both of my competition right here.
Meme at 116.
Scout is watching his competition to see how they do. He could be knocked out at any moment. But they only have one more game, probably, to make this happen.
Meme super maxes.
Nice.
Scoring their 3rd super max.
Oh my goodness, and look at that. The kickers there goes up 2 spaces to beat Huff. Just barely.
Will Silver Bracket be broadcasted? I'm not entirely sure if that's going to be possible.
I do not believe
I don't know if they have a full setup for that, but we will find out and get back to you.
Unless they're doing silver first and then gold, but
Silver's getting broadcast? Okay. Okay. Silver will probably not be broadcast, but we will be doing our best to provide updates as that happens. Maybe the finals will go, but we'll see what happens. But there's only one big streaming setup, and it is happening here.
all right, we'll yell out the 1 minute mark.
Yeah. I was debating yelling 2. Sodium with the 1-2 before kill screen. Meme Machine. Someone is suggesting that the winner have a drink option named after them. We'll work on this. We'll you know what? That I could promise that. I'll come up with something. I can't promise when it will be available, but I'll make a recipe available.
Since no one's in any danger here, I'm just going to have a regular conversation with you, Dave. So I have gotten into home brewing recently.
Oh.
And if I do that a little bit more often, I'm going to just need to start naming my brews, not just cocktails.
Oh,
so
excellent.
I need to maybe come up with some interesting names for a beer. Could be Quaid related, I guess.
That would make a lot of sense.
That's very apropos.
All right. We are coming up on the last chances. 1 minute,
1 minute remaining
in this qualifying session.
If you feel the need to end a bad game, please do it now.
Yeah, real soon.
That being said, everyone here on CT1 looks like they're having a pretty solid game, so we don't know for the people off. Oh, I'm getting vague gestures from people in the audience telling me that it's doing all right for the off-camera games here.
Okay, Sodium, you can go. 30 seconds left. You can start a new one.
I would have to agree with chat that even us Americans don't know our own state flags, so that would be pretty confusing.
Yeah, no, state flags, there's 10 seconds.
You probably know sports team, mascots better than state flags. Not probably, definitely.
That would probably happen. And that is time. That is time. Finish the current game that you are in. It is your last game if you are in a game right now. All right, let's clear this. All righty then.
Tristop. Very, very good pace for Tristop here. Definitely capable of getting another Super Max out.
And if you look at the qual scores, you will see that the players that are on our main stage are the 3rd through 6th seeds at the moment.
Yeah,
And
it was a pretty stacked third qualifier, or I guess third of today, fourth of, we had 4 qualifiers, 1 from yesterday. And then also we had that mini Bidwell qualifier at the hotel. How many people in chat watched my personal Twitch stream to see Bidwell's qualifier at like 10 p.m.?
10 p.m.
It was a bit underground. Sorry for the ping, everyone.
Oh, man. Well, the drama continues. Huff at 843,000 slams down a Tetris. Tristop is on the border of a max out classic, and in fact, Tristop, if they bank another Super Max out classic, Tristop will be our number 1 seed with 6 1.2s.
And Tristop looks about ready to make it happen. Very clean board.
Bound and determined. A whole level of runway, barely level of runway, but Tristop certainly has kill screen capabilities. Somebody turned on the kill screen flag for Tristop.
If I were Tristop, I would be lining this out as much as possible right now. That first seed will definitely do him well if he just stays cautious and patient. And
1.1.
1.1.
Tristop, in fact, has played the role of buzzsaw.
Tristop is going. Oh, never mind. Not cleaning it up. Looked like he was going for a Tetris there.
I mean, could be trying to finish it off with a Tetris just for the swag, but, you get there, you get there. The tension.
Huff getting to 1 million points.
Max out classic for Huff.
Okay. Everything is going smoothly for all these players. I think everyone is certainly capable of getting the Super Max out right now.
If Tristop topped out right now, he would in fact take the 2nd seed from Fractal.
And there is the Tetris. Super Max for Tristop. Putting him at the 1st seed. Nothing Huff and Mean can do right now to get any higher than seconds, or than 4th seed?
Yeah.
Am I get that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So for Huff and Meme, I guess this is basically just between them right now. They're sort of fighting it out for what kind of seeding they'll get. Huff and Meme, so close. 3 Super Maxes each. And
is Tristop still going just to...
Oh my God, yeah. Tristop almost getting 1.4. I just was...
Tristop is
a full mullen from...
Why not? Super Max to the Super Mullen?
All right, well... We'll just keep watching this.
Well, let's watch Huff. Huff is doing something
that's true, yeah,
potentially
Huff.
consequential right
Yep.
now. 1.14, going for a Supermax. $1.16.
Yay! Scout has officially made gold. Tristop has nearly he's got 1.5.
Tristop is going to.
Huff is moments away from a 1.2 with a very clean board. Oh my God! Can Tristop get to 1.6?
Are we going to get a rollover in quals? I believe that would be our first rollover in quals, because most of the time people are stopping right after the.
Huff is moments away. And Huff with
Supermax for Huff.
Tristop with a, oh my goodness, with a 1.6.
Meme could still take the spot from Huff if they
That's
get
true.
another Supermax.
Meme has a kicker of about 6,000 points more than what Huff has. And with the board as relatively clean as she has, is definitely capable of it by lining this out and being extra cautious and safe. Doing a great job of it. Huff is also mullining. No, just swag points, no real points for this. Oh, and Huff gets the Tetris. Oh my God, Tristop's 1.78. These games are just never ending. Oh, that will do it for Tristop.
That'll do it.
1.787 for Tristop. Insane. Absolutely insane. And Meme has 1.2, super max out. Meme will make it into, well, actually, I guess it stays the same seating. So it's,
Let's check we'll get the refresh in just a moment.
so
Tristop is our number 1 seed with 6 maxes. Meme is going to take 4 from
yes,
Huff.
Meme is going to stay in the 4th. Huff in 5th, Sodium in 6th. Wow.
Huff is.
Chat, how did you feel about that? We just had 3 insane games, and Sodium still going. Definitely capable of getting a 1.2 right now.
Once Sodium finishes their game, we might. We don't want to cut anybody off if we have to, but.
Cut anyone off or what?
Well, I know that we have to start soon because we're running.
Yeah, he'll be done in a second now.
Okay, Huff topped out. A 1.6 in a qualifying game for Huff, an excellent performance. And Sodium approaching Max Out Classic.
Max out for Sodium.
Right. Yeah.
1.1 for Sodium. I don't think this is going to change seeding, no matter what happens for Sodium right now.
I believe that's correct, but you know what? Let's get the records in play, right?
Oh, that's too bad. But also doesn't change the seeding, so not the worst.
Wow, this has been an exciting final qualifying seed with Scout squeaking into the gold bracket.
Scout will be playing against Tristop, and that'll be a game to watch for sure.
Tristop, infamous buzzsaw of the 2024 CTWC. And that is it for qualifications in the third bracket. We will be back before too terrible long with the first matches of the gold bracket.
All right. We are going to reboot the stream in the PC, so at home, stay tuned. We'll be back in a little bit. And for you live, we're going to get the brackets shown up on the screen here momentarily. Thank you.